The first time Dr. Elena Vargas heard the legend, she was a child, sitting cross-legged on the cracked tiles of her grandmother's kitchen in Tegucigalpa. The old woman's voice, rough as river stones, spun tales of a city swallowed by the Honduran rainforest, a city of white stone, gold, and secrets. La Ciudad Blanca, she whispered, where the gods walked and men vanished. Elena's heart pounded with the thrill of forbidden knowledge, the kind that lingers in the blood for a lifetime. Decades later, Elena stood at the edge of the Mosquitia jungle, the air thick with the scent of wet earth and the electric hum of unseen life. She was no longer a child, but a renowned archaeologist, her name whispered in academic halls and documentary credits. Yet, as the helicopter blades sliced the dawn, she felt the same pulse of awe and terror. The jungle below was a living labyrinth, a green ocean that had devoured empires and explorers alike. The mission was simple on paper: verify the existence of a lost city, rumored for centuries, dismissed by skeptics as myth. But the reality was a tangle of politics, danger, and obsession. The team was a patchwork of expert cartographers, biologists, a documentary crew, and a former treasure hunter named Jack Mercer, whose reputation was as shadowy as the jungle itself. Each carried their own ghosts, their own reasons for risking everything. The opening days were a fever dream of mud, sweat, and anticipation. The jungle was not silent. It was a symphony of life and death. Jaguars padded unseen, howler monkeys screamed at the dawn, and the ground itself seemed to shift beneath their boots. Elena's mind raced with questions. Was the city real? Was it a relic of the Pech, the Tawahka, or some forgotten civilization? Or was it, as some whispered, a place cursed by the gods? The first clue came not from stone, but from the sky. Using LIDAR roller mapping technology that could see through the dense canopy, team revealed geometric patterns, plazas, causeways, and mounds, unmistakably artificial. The images were ghostly, like X-rays of a buried heart. The city was there, waiting. But the jungle does not give up its secrets easily. The trek to the site was a trial by ordeal. Torrential rains turned rivers into torrents, and venomous snakes coiled in the undergrowth. One night, as the team huddled around a sputtering fire, Jack told stories of other expeditions of men who vanished, of fever dreams and madness. "The jungle remembers," he said, his eyes reflecting the flames. "It punishes those who come uninvited." When they finally reached the site, the city revealed itself in fragments. A stone idol, half swallowed by roots, a plaza choked with vines, a staircase leading nowhere. The air was thick with the weight of centuries. Elena knelt beside a carved monolith, her fingers tracing glyphs worn smooth by time. The symbols were unfamiliar, a language lost to history. She felt a shiver not of fear, but of recognition. This was not just a city, it was a message. As the days passed, the city's story began to emerge, piece by piece. The architecture was unlike anything in the region: massive blocks fitted with impossible precision, megalithic walls that defied explanation. Some stones bore scorch marks, as if the city had been consumed by fire. Others were etched with images of animals not seen in the region for millennia: giant sloths, saber-toothed cats, and, most chillingly, a figure with the head of a serpent and the body of a man. The team's excitement grew with each discovery, but so did the sense of unease. Equipment failed without reason. Food spoiled overnight. One morning, the biologist, Dr. Singh, awoke covered in strange welts, his skin burning as if touched by poison. The local guides grew restless, muttering about mal air, bad air, the breath of the gods. Elena tried to reassure them, but she too felt the city's gaze, ancient and unblinking. Then came the twist, that would haunt them all. Deep in the heart of the city, beneath a collapsed temple, they found a chamber, sealed with a slab of white stone. The glyphs warned of trespass, of a curse that would outlast empires. Jack, ever the skeptic, pried the stone loose. Inside, the air was cold and dry, untouched for centuries. The walls were covered in mural scenes of ritual, sacrifice, and flight. At the center stood a pedestal, and upon it, a mask of jade and gold, shaped like the face of a serpent. Elena reached for the mask, her hands trembling. As her fingers brushed the surface, a wave of dizziness swept over her. Visions flickered behind her eyes, a city in flames, people fleeing into the jungle, a darkness rising from the earth. She staggered back, gasping. The others stared, silent and afraid. That night, the jungle erupted in chaos. A storm unlike any they had seen battered the camp, tearing tents and flooding the site. In the confusion, the mask vanished. Jack was gone, his footprints leading into the darkness. The guides refused to follow, insisting the city had claimed its due. The days that followed were a blur of fear and desperation. The team searched for Jack, but the jungle swallowed all trace. Equipment was abandoned, samples lost. Elena clung to her notes, her sketches of the glyphs, the only proof that the city was real. When the rescue helicopter finally arrived, the survivors were gaunt, feverish, and forever changed. Back in civilization, the story made headlines. Lost city discovered in Honduras. The world was captivated by images of the ruins, the promise of ancient secrets. But the truth was more elusive. The mask was never found. Jack Mercer became a legend, a cautionary tale whispered among explorers. Some said he had been cursed, others that he had found a treasure too great to share. Elena's research sparked fierce debate. The city's origins defied easy explanation. The architecture hinted at lost technologies, at connections to distant cultures Olmec, Maya, even Atlantis. The murals suggested a civilization obsessed with transformation, with the boundary between man and beast. Some saw evidence of ancient science, others of madness. But the greatest mystery was the city's fate. The murals told a story of catastrophe and darkness that rose from the earth, driving the people into exile. Was it disease? War? Something stranger? The jungle kept its secrets, indifferent to human curiosity. Years later, Elena returned to the site, this time with a new team, new technology, and a deeper respect for the power of myth. The city was still there, patient and inscrutable. The jungle had reclaimed what was hers, but the stones remained, silent witnesses to a story that refused to die. As she stood among the ruins, Elena realized that the true treasure was not gold or jade, but the questions that lingered, the sense of wonder, the thrill of the unknown. The city in the jungle was a mirror, reflecting humanity's endless search for meaning, for connection, for the lost parts of ourselves. And somewhere, deep in the green heart of the world, the mask waited, its serpent eyes watching, its secrets intact. If you found yourself lost in this story, imagine what else is waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more journeys into the shadows of time, where every legend hides a truth, and every truth is stranger than fiction.